Magandang araw from LD National High School. So last session, we have discussed finding arithmetic mean of an arithmetic sequence. And we also computed the sum of the terms of a given arithmetic sequence. And now, we will be discussing the second type of the sequence. It is the geometric sequence. So at the end of this lesson, you guys are expected to illustrate a geometric sequence, differentiates geometric sequence and arithmetic sequence, determines geometric means, and term of a geometric sequence, and some of the terms of a given finite or infinite geometric sequence. And also, you are expected to solve problems involving sequences. So to formally start our discussion, we have three parts of the presentation. We have the warm-up, lesson presentation, and lesson quiz. And by the way, credits to the owner of this presentation. Okay, so warm up, find the value of each expression. So in this activity, it is very essential for you to recall the laws of exponents. So what is number 1? 2 raised to 5. What is equivalent of 2 raised to 5? So 32. So baka yung iba dyan, ang nasa isip nila, 2 times 5, it is 10. No. 2 times 2 raised to 5 simply means 2 is multiplied 5 times sa kanyang sarili. So it is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is 32. Okay, 2 raised to negative 5. So 1 over 32. A number that is raised to a negative exponent ay a fraction. So we can write it 1 over 2 raised to 5. So it is equivalent to 1 over 32. So negative 3 raised to 4. So negative 3 raised to 4 is equivalent to negative 81. Ba't kaya negative 81? Pansinin natin si number 4 later on. What is the parenthesis of negative 3 raised to 4? What's the answer? 81. Ano kayang pagkakaiba nila pero parang pareho lang naman? Take note, negative 3 raised to 4 sa parenthesis negative 3 at ni-raise siya sa 4 ay may kaiba. Bakit? Si negative 3 raised to 4, si number 3, ang raised lang sa kanya is the 3. So 3 raised to 4, si negative is same sign. On the other hand, si number 4 naman, negative 3 yung buong integer ang raised to 4. So negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3, that is positive 81. So take note of that, yung pagkakaiba niyan. So 0.2 raised to 3 or 0.2 cube, that is 0.2 times 0.2, 0.04 times 0.2 is 0.008. Okay? Okay, 7 times negative 4 raised to 2. So, importante rin yung ganitong example. Unahin muna yung parenthesis and exponent. Okay? Kunin muna yung square ni negative 4. Then, saka siya multiply to 7. So, negative 4 squared is 16. Multiplied to 7 is 112. Next, we have 15 times 1/3 cube. So, as I have said while back, unahin muna yung exponent. So, paano gagawin yan? So, 1 over 3. So, ang i-cube natin is the numerator at yung denominator rin. So, 1 cube is 1. And 3 cube is 27. So, that is 1 over 27. Multiplied to 15. Si 15 ay may denominator na 1. So 15, numerator times numerator, 15 times 1, that is 15. And 1 times 27, that is 27. So we have 15 over 27. Simplify it, we have 5 over 9. Okay, next we have 12 times negative 4, negative 0.4 cube. Okay, negative 0.4 cube, that is 0.4 times 0.4. We have negative 0.4 times negative 0.4, that is positive 16 times zero point 0.4 times negative 0.4, that is times 12, we have negative 0.768. Okay? So the objectives we have here are to recognize and extend geometric sequences. Find the nth term of a geometric sequence. So vocabs, we have geometric sequence and common ratio. Okay, later on we will define geometric sequence and common ratio. Let's try to look at this example. The table shows the heights of a bungee jumper bounces. The table shows the heights of a bungee jumper's bounces. So we have there the table. Okay, the height of the bounces shown in the table above form a geometric sequence in a I the height of the bounces shown in the table above form a geometric sequence. So in a geometric sequence, the ratio of successive terms is the same number r, called the common ratio. So geometric sequence can be thought of as functions. The term number or position in the sequence is the input, and the term itself is the output. We have the position, the first term, the second term, third term, and the fourth term. And we have the terms. So let's say we have 3, 6, 12, 24. Their position, it says 1, 2, 3, 4. So we denote that as the first term a sub 1, the second term a sub 2, the third term a sub 3, and the fourth term a sub 4. So to find a term in geometric sequence, multiply the previous term by r. So how do we get r? Okay, the nth term, finding a term of a geometric sequence, the nth term of a geometric sequence with common ratio r is a sub n is equal to a sub n minus 1 times r. Okay, so ang pagbasa nun, nung a, then 4 sa baba, yung a sub 4, a sub 1, a sub 2, a sub 3, a sub 4, up to a sub n. So here, find the next three terms in a geometric sequence, 1, 4, 16, 64. Okay, paano kaya siya lumalaki? Paano kaya natin makukuha yung next three terms? Okay, first, we should identify first the ratio. Okay, find the value of r by dividing each term by the one before it. So we divide yung bawat term sa term na nauna sa kanya. So if we have 4, we divide it to this number 1. Okay, 4 divided by 1 is 4. Very good. What about, let's try 16 divided by 4. We have 4. What about 64? Now divided by 16. So we have also 4. So now we can conclude that the sequence 1, 4, 16, 64 has a common ratio which is equal to 4. Okay, so the value of r is 4. Let's proceed to finding the next three terms in the geometric sequence. So step 2, multiply each term by 4 to get the next three terms. So si 64, multiply sa 4, we have 256. Multiply it to 4, we have 1024, and multiply it again to 4, we have 4096. So the next three terms in the geometric sequence, 1, 4, 16, 64, are 256, 1024, and 4096. Second example, find the next three terms in the geometric sequence, negative 9, 3, negative 1, 1/3, negative 1 over 9. So medyo challenging tong problem na to since how could you find a common ratio na makikita natin bawat alternate terms magkaiba ang sign. Ano kayang iba dito compared sa kaninang example? Okay, let's check. Again, the step 1 is to determine the common ratio by dividing the second term sa first term, third term divided by the second term, fourth term divided by the third term, and fifth term divided by the fourth term. So here is it. So negative 1/9 divided by 1/3 is equal to negative 1/3. 1/3 divided by negative 1, that is negative 1/3. Negative 1 divided by 3 is negative 1/3. 3 divided by negative 9 is negative 1/3. So we have now a common ratio. So the value of r is negative 1/3. Okay, so we have a hint. When the terms in a geometric sequence alternate between positive and negative, the value of r is negative. So kung balikan natin yung problem kanina, mag-alternate yung negative number, positive, and negative number. Or, baliktad, pwedeng positive, negative. So kung ganun yung itsura ng ating sequence, we are sure that the ratio or the common ratio is negative. Okay, find the next three terms in the geometric sequence. Okay, so the step 2 is to multiply each term by negative 1/3. So the last term, we have the fifth term is negative 1/9. Multiply it to negative 1/3, magiging positive siya. Negative times negative, we have positive. So we have numerator times numerator, we have 1 times negative 1 times 1 times negative 1, we have 1. And 9 times 3, we have 27. So the next term or the sixth term is 1 over 27. And the seventh term is negative 1 over 81. And the eighth term is 1 over 243. Okay? We multiply negative 1/3 to the previous term to get the next term. Okay, so we have now the next three terms of the geometric sequence: negative 9, 3, negative 1, 1/3, negative 1/9, are 127, negative 1 over 81, and 1 over 243. Okay, so let's try this example. Find the next three terms in the geometric sequence: 5, negative 10, 20, and negative 40. Again, this is just like the example a while back. So the terms are having an alternate signs. So positive 5, negative 10, positive 20, negative 40. So we are then sure that r is negative. So we get r. So to find r, divide the second term to the first term. So negative 10 times Negative 10 divided by 5, we have, negative 40 divided by 20, we have negative 2. 20 divided by negative 10, negative 2, and negative 10 divided by 5, we have negative 2. So we have now the common ratio that is equivalent to negative 2. So now the next is to determine the next three terms. Okay, multiply each term by negative 2. So negative 40 times negative 2, that is positive 80. Positive 80 times negative 2, that is negative 160 times negative 2, that is 320. So the next three terms in the geometric sequence, 5, negative 10, 20, negative 40, are negative 80, are positive 80, negative 160, and 320. So the next, find the next three terms in the geometric sequence, 512, 384, and 288. Okay? As you can see, the sequence or the term of the sequence is in decreasing order. Okay, find R. We divide the second term sa first term, sa third term sa second term. So 384 divided by 512. And 288 divided by 384. So we have now 3/4. So 384 divided by 512 is 3/4, and 288 divided by 384 is 3/4. So now we have a common ratio. So the value of R is 0.75 or 3/4. So to find the next three terms, you multiply 0.75 to the term 288 times 0.75, we have 216. 216 times 0.75, that is 162. And 162 times 0.75, that is 121.5. Okay, so the next three terms are 216, 162, and 121 over 5. Okay, kung mapapansin mo yung ating geometric sequence, kung pababa, the ratio is less than 1. Okay, to find what if malaki yung ating number at hindi mahirapan tayong maglista at kung iisa-isahin lang natin. So kailangan natin ng equation or a function rule. Katulad rin ng ating arithmetic sequence na may rule to find the nth term, that is a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. So meron din tayo sa geometric sequence. So we have here the pattern. Okay, look at it, and the first term, second term, third term, fourth term, and the nth term. We have the numbers represented and the algebraic expression. So with that, we have now the equation that is a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1. So the first term of a geometric sequence is a sub 1 and the nth term is a sub n, and the common ratio is r. Then a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1. So yung a sub n is the last term. The first term is a sub 1, r is the common ratio, and n is the number of terms. Okay, example. The first term of a geometric sequence is 500. The common ratio is 0.2. what is the seventh term of the sequence? So, identify natin muna kung ano yung mga given data. So, we have 500 being the first term. The common ratio is 0.2 and 7th term ang hinahanap natin. So, we use the formula a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1. So, substitute 500 for the first term, 7 for n, and 0.2 for r. So, okay, anong uunahin natin? 500 times 0.2 or 7 minus 1? Of course, 7 minus 1 sa exponent muna. So, simplify it, we have 6. So, 0.2 raised to 6, that is, you may use calculator kasi para mas accurate ang iyong pagsagot. So, multiply it to 500. There you have it. We have now the seventh term of the geometric sequence is 0.032. Okay? So, for a geometric sequence, a sub 1 is equal to 5 and r is equal to 2. Find the sixth term of the sequence. So, again, write the formula first. So, mind you to always remember the formula. Madali lang naman yan eh. So, first, we substitute 5 for a sub 1, 6 for n, and 2 for r. So, we simplify the exponent. 6 minus 1 is 5. So, 2 raised to 5 is 32 times 5. That is 160. So, now, the sixth term of the sequence is 160. What is the ninth term of the geometric sequence? 2, negative 6, 18, negative 54. Okay, ito na naman yung example na alternate yung signs ng ating mga terms. So, positive, negative, positive, negative. So, with the hint that I have given you, we know that if the geometric sequence has an alternate signs, okay, we are sure that the ratio or the common ratio is negative. Okay? So, yun na nga, negative ang kanyang r. So, with that, we divide negative 54 to 18. Okay, so, negative 54 divided by 18 is negative 3. 18 divided by negative 6 is negative 3. And negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. So, there we have it. We have now the common ratio, which is negative 3. So, again, we should not forget to write the formula. Okay, a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1. So, we substitute for 2. We substitute 2 for a sub 1, 9 for n, and negative 3 for r. So, we simplify the exponent. 9 minus 1, we have 8. So, negative 3 raised to 8 times 2. So, now, the ninth term of the geometric sequence is 13,122. Okay. Okay, when writing a function rule for a sequence with a negative common ratio, remember to enclose r in parentheses. So, parang yung activity natin nung una, na ang negative 2 raised to 12 is different sa in-enclose natin yung negative 2, ni-raise natin sa 12. Okay? So, another example. What is the eighth term of the sequence? 1,000, 500, 250, 125. So again, yung example ng ating sequence ay pababa na naman. So we are sure na less than 1 ang kanyang ratio or a fraction perhaps. So we get the ratio 125 divided by 250, 250 divided by 500, 500 divided by 1000. So we get the result all is 1 half. So the common ratio is now 1 half. So again, to solve for the 8th term, we again write the formula a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1. We simplify what is? We simplify the we substitute first, then we simplify the exponent. Okay, you may use your calculator. 1 half raised to 7 multiplied to 1,000. So by using calculator, we have now 7.8125. So that is now the 8th term of the sequence. Or kung gusto nyo ng mano-mano, si 125 to get it, to get the 5th term times, divided by 2. Kasi kung times 1 half, pareho lang sa divided by 2. 1 half ni 125. Divide mo hanggang sa pang-apat pa na term. Since apat yan, so kailangan mo pa ng apat na term. 125 divided by 2, divided by 2, divided by 2, divided by 2. Then makukuha mo si 7.8125. Okay? So a ball is the application for geometric sequence. So ito yung parang problem kanina. So a ball is dropped from a tower. The table shows the heights of the balls bounces which form a geometric sequence. What is the height of the 6th bounce? Okay. So the first, second, third, 300, 150, and 75, which forms a geometric sequence. So again, first we need to identify the common ratio. So 75 divided by 150 is 0.5 or 1 half. 150 divided by 300, we have 1 half or 0.5. We have now the common ratio which is equivalent to 0.5. Okay, again, to solve for it, we use the formula. Okay, a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1. We substitute. Okay, 300 for the first term, 6 for n, since 6 term ang gusto natin hanapin, and 0.5 for r. Okay, next is to simplify the exponent. So we have now 300 times 0.5 raised to 5. Okay, for this, for the last part is to use your calculator. Okay, so we have now 9.375. So we can now say that the height of the 6 bounds is 9.375 centimeters. Okay, so we have now the next problem. Okay, the table shows a car's value for 3 years after it is purchased. The values form a geometric sequence. How much will the car be worth in the 10th year? So, the value for the first year, $10,000. Second year is 8,000 and the third year is 6,400. So, alamin muna natin kung ano yung ratio niya. So, 8,000 divided by 10,000 and 6,400 divided by 8,000. So, the ratio is 0.8. Okay, by using the formula, we have the first term 10,000 and the last term is 6,400. The first term is 10,000 N is 10 kasi 10th year ang gusto nating hanapin. And R is 0.8. So again, using the formula, A sub n is equal to A sub 1 times R raised to n minus 1. We substitute yung mga given, yung mga given data kanina. Okay? So A sub 6 is equal to 10,000 times 0.8 raised to 10 minus 1. So first, we simplify the exponent. So we have 10,000 times 0.8 raised to 9. So now, we use the calculator kasi a number raised to 9 exponent is medyo malaki siya kapag whole number yan. Since mas mahirap pa siya kasi decimal number. And usually, dito tayo nagkakamali kapag decimal number na yung multiply sa kanyang sarili. Okay, so just to have an accurate answer, use your calculator. So we'll be having the sixth term. Okay, this sixth term is in the 10th year, the car will be worth 1,000. Dapat ay sub 10 yan. The car will be worth 1,342.18. Okay? So we have here a quiz. You may try this quiz at para malaman natin kung may naiintindihan ba kayo sa lesson. Okay, let's show the solution, the answers, at i-check nyo rin sa sarili nyo kung tama ang mga magiging sagot nyo. Okay? Okay. Okay, sa part 2, we have word problem. So, parang kanina lang rin, the table shows a car's value for 3 years after it is purchased. The values form a geometric sequence. How much will the car be worth after 8 years? So 8 years, take note, n will be your 8 will be your n. The first term is 18. So what you are going to find first is the ratio. So after 8 years, magkano na kaya yung halaga ng sasakyan? Okay, so i-check nyo na lang kung tama ang pagsagot nyo. So the answer should be $5,570.39. So I will be recording later on the part 2 for the finding the sum of geometric sequence. So that would be all for this video. And uulitin ko, dahil sa COVID-19, tayo muna'y matuto at mag-aral on screen. Thank you.